Kardashians
What
one.
are they? Okay, no, I don't recall that.
Yeah, well, I interviewed that. I can't believe I
I
forgot the name of it.
think this show has a lot of legs because I think there's right now Mormonism is having a moment. Whether you get it, you don't get it, you think that it's accurate or not. The Mormons are hot. TLC's sister wives, Salt Lake City. I mean, truly, if you're a Mormon and you've got any sort of a story, now's the time to pitch your show. Like, and if you are a Mormon polygamist, which is kind of like frowned upon, but get after it. Get
Hulu
yourself a show
needs
there.
a second anchor besides the Kardashians. So, I mean, more power to them. All right, maybe I'll have to
Well,
get in on this.
did you read that rumor too that apparently Kris Kardashian is very nervous that Hulu will cancel, that this is it? I'm sure they had like a multi-season deal, but I just read that she thinks
Mhm.
that it's going away.
I mean, does Kris Kardashian get nervous about anything? I don't know. Um, I don't know. That's an interesting statement that you are providing. Everyone seemed to react like go crazy over Andy Cohen like 2 weeks ago. He made some other comment about New Jersey that we're taking our time, and it made like all these headlines, and it's like, why is this news? Like, yeah, I thought we already knew this. I just thought that was interesting that people were like, Andy confirmed nothing is happening from like for the 100th time. Yeah, like he didn't say anything new. I just think that was funny. Um,
I agree. I
like,
agree.
duh.
That didn't seem like anything
Didn't seem
new,
like
but
news. No.
it did make headlines. Yeah.
What about Lala says, I don't know how new this is, but I saw this pop up. Lala says she doesn't fit in, not doesn't fit in on the Valley, doesn't fit in on Vanderpump Rules, but also she's not a housewife, doesn't fit in. I'm like, girl, are you trying to talk yourself out of multiple jobs at once?
Yeah, I agree. That was an
What are you
odd
doing?
because it's funny. I see her as the opposite. I see her fitting into all three. Don't you? I mean,
Yep.
what a great housewife she would be, along with Sutton and them,
I mean,
and
she doesn't have the finances, but okay. I mean, Erika doesn't, Bethany didn't. I don't think the problem is it's Beverly Hills, and that just really implies money. Like, would Erika Jayne get a job on the show now if she
no.
applied?
Mm-mm.
No, no, no. You were married to one of the most famous attorneys of all time with a chapel in your house in Pasadena.
Which really looking back, the moment, and I'm sure the producers were like, "Why is Tom Girardi one of the best um, civil lawyers of all time? Why is he agreeing to have his wife be on TV? Like, wouldn't he really not want that out there?" Because as you know, right? We always talk about this. Really, like political people, lawyers. It's why they've always had a very hard time shooting a reality show in Washington, DC. Very powerful,
Mhm.
very rich people don't want to be on air, right? Because then all their shit's going to be just like what happened to Tom. All the skeletons come out, right? So that's why Potomac is sort of removed from DC and now it's almost like half Baltimore, half Potomac. But anyhow, it isn't that a red flag, really, looking back that Tom Girardi signed off on that? I mean, truly, it was like Tom kind of played the long game. He really kind of set Erica up. The
But
ultimate form
he's
of
such a
love.
narcissist that, like, I could kind of see it, you know?
You think?
I don't know.
He really played the
Um,
long. They really they lucked out. But yeah, there's no way Erika Jayne. I mean, she has to have the least amount of money of all of them now, I would think. I mean, because
yeah.
legal bills are still enormous.
By the way, Salt Lake is back. We'll talk about it, but we now, right after, have New York,
Yeah.
then Beverly, probably Potomac, then Beverly Hills. Like, we've got a lot this year coming. Can't say I'm excited about Potomac at all. So I gotta see
Really?
it. I gotta see a trailer. I gotta see a trailer. Now, the one, at the end of the day with Candy Gal gone, it's really simple. I'm a huge fan of the Grand Dame. I mean, I'm not supposed to have favorites and all, but I love the Grand Dame. I do. The heart wants what the heart wants. I love the Grand Dame. She was just in New York City Fashion Week. She is just, I mean, her daughter is like slaying it, getting invited places. She's like a mini influencer. I mean, Karen is just living her best life. I mean, when you see her up there, it's
My
like,
God. I was gonna bring up the picture. She looks great at Fashion Week.
I mean, and here we go. Like, we've never successfully been able to do this, but let's see. We now have 60s and like 30s on the same show, which, I mean, I guess it kind of worked in New Jersey.
The Grand Dame, darling. I mean, my God,
Yeah.
she looks so good. She looks so good.
Coming
She looks
up to New York
fashion.
for Fashion Week. Now, let's
Can't
put
wait.
a little bit in perspective.
All right,
I
what's
hate to be the bearer of, I mean, she's not like, I don't mean to be obnoxious. Like, she's not like sitting front row at like Vuitton and Gucci. And I'm just using those as like examples. I'm not saying those are the actual shows going on. There's ways to do Fashion Week. You know what I mean? Like, not, sitting front row at the A-list designers. It's not really a knock. It's just a statement. She's here. She's going to Fashion Week. There's invites. There's really nothing negative in my statement. I just am clarifying some things. Sarah's looking at me like, well, it sounds a little negative, David. And maybe this is why everybody hates you. Right?
up, darling? Well, I mean, I get your point, which is at Fashion Week, there's a lot of shows, right? And not all of them are done by Pharrell at or Tommy Hilfiger, So, but you know what? The Grand Dame is there. She looks amazing.
I love the Grand Dame. I love the Grand Dame. She taught us about hot boxes and Sing Sings, and I think she's the main reason to watch the show next season. And I have to say, this Ashley Darby, it's like I woke up last year, this current season, and I'm like, this Emily and Gina, there might be something to this Emily and Gina. I think after all these seasons of Potomac, I think I'm finally starting to maybe get why Ashley has a job. I think
Oh,
maybe
really?
I'm
It's taken
start.
you this long?
Yeah, it's taken me this long. It's taken me. Well, you know what happened? It was all about the Grand Dame, and then I mean, we had Katie Roast, and she was just off center, and then we had Candy Gal, and then we had Monique, and then we still had Candy Gal. So I think, yeah, I'm going to be honest, I never was so blown away or interested
Really?
in Miss Darby. Yeah,
I feel like Darby has always moved the scenes along. She's called out Robin. She's called out Jizzy Jizz before anybody else. She would get in there. She was sort of Candy Gal light in the sense of like she would kind of be a little messy, but she was still friends with all the gals. I mean, Michael Darby, I think, provided some of the most amazing television. We
yes,
really did, the cheating scandals, and she has remained, I think, somewhat friendly with Mr. Darby. I don't think they're very close anymore, but I think they co-parent enough. I I think Ashley Darby has, I mean, there's another one. Long career. I think they love her at Bravo.
and listen, and I'm being like I'm apologizing. Like